Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Grifter, which is part of the Infinite Frontier. I think that's a game, right? I guess it got a comic also. Anyway, that's what this version of Grifter is. It's basically the same version of Grifter that you always see with the green jacket, so nothing crazy. Doesn't have a long coat, though I do believe he has had a long coat in the past. It's a pretty good figure. It does most things really well. There's a couple really weird things about it, but otherwise it's pretty solid. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just over 7 inches to the top of his head. Not going to count the hair, because that wouldn't help for scaling purposes. It's going to be about 18 centimeters. And at first glance, this guy looks really good, but really what we have to do is do a question of the day. Are you guys into Grifter? I never really included Grifter as part of the core DC lineup. Is that a thing? I thought he was like some kind of offshoot type thing, but now he's getting mixed in with other people? I don't know. Is that a thing? You guys can explain that to me if you would like. But I've always thought he was a pretty cool character design. I made a custom of him way back when I first started making customs. I could do much better now than that one, so don't hold it against me if you go look that one up. But this is a pretty good looking figure. Aesthetically speaking, there's tons of detail. It's lots of digital sculpting, clearly. You can see like all the texture throughout, the wrinkles, the zippers and everything. It's all on there. It's all very nicely done. The wrinkles for the mask, very nice. The hair is sculpted well. Pants have texture and all kinds of little details. The shoes. It looks really good from a sculpt perspective. I think the proportioning is solid too. I don't really have any problem with any of that. What I do have a problem with is it definitely needs more paint. It's mostly molded parts. The green on the jacket is just a little bit too bright. It needs to be knocked down with a wash, for sure. I don't think the pants need it because they're already pretty dark, but that would work. We have a dry brush on the boots. It looks okay, that's fine. And then the hair. I hate the paint on the hair. They did metallic. I hate metallic hair, but they did brown highlights, brown dry brushing on top of gold-ish yellow. So it's like metallic, silvery brown on top of gold, but then there's actually some green poking through because I'm pretty sure they used the same plastic. It looks like it's green, but there's no way they didn't just use yellow plastic. It looks like yellow plastic, but why is there green in there? Do you guys see the green? I don't know. There's something weird going on with the hair. I don't love it. But the face is nicely done. So yeah, we could definitely have better paint all the way around. No buttons or things are painted, no buckles. It does look very basic in that sense, but the sculpt is nice, proportioning is nice. So aesthetically speaking, I'm going to go... Could have been a 9 if it was painted well, but since it's not, it's still good. I'll give it an 8. It's still a pretty good looking figure, and a little bit of extra paint would go a real long way. Now, as far as accessories go, he comes with 2 trigger finger hands and no other hands, and then he comes with a sword and a knife, and those are both done well enough. And I know that he does use blades, but isn't Grifter known for guns? Like, doesn't the one designed for him have an ammo belt like permanently attached to his chest? I'm pretty sure it's like always there. So the whole no gun thing really blows. No holster on this guy, it's a pouch instead. And maybe that's the way it is for this particular version of him. But trigger finger hands and swords, not really a great combo, and then no guns, so that blows. We do get this trading card of a CGI render of, it appears to be this exact figure, just before it got cut up mostly. Or like they photoshopped it to make it look not cut up. I don't know. It looks to me like it's not cut up there at all. So there's that. It looks better than the figure does, again, which is kind of annoying. It's getting really annoying that they keep doing that. And then you get the display stand, which is worthless. So accessories, 3 out of 10. Alright, let's talk about the articulation. The head's on a ball peg, but because of the way the mask goes around the back of the head in there, I don't know if you can tell, and around the front of the head, he's got very limited range of motion. There's not a whole lot you're getting done with this guy for the head. It'll do, but it's not a lot. Shoulders go all the way up, no problem. Full rotation, no issue there. Nothing too loose. There's a little bit of wiggle on that ball peg, but it doesn't really do much, so it doesn't matter. Bicep swivel is fine. A double jointed elbow works no problem. Wrists have a ball hinge. That's okay. It's a sculpted hinge, which isn't great. I mean, just from a design perspective, it doesn't need to be like that at all. Save the budget, don't use a sculpted hinge, unless you're using the same sculpt on every figure, and then it doesn't matter, it's fine. Now the jacket is a nice soft jacket, but it's glued on, which is not, it shouldn't be glued on. It should definitely not be glued on. It does limit posability as a result. This back part doesn't flex almost any because of that, but he can't lean that far back anyway. Like he does, but that's happening mostly at the hips right now. So that's as far back as he leans. And then as far as leaning forward, he only leans that far forward, so very limited range in the torso. Leans side to side pretty well. And then you get some rotation out of both joints. But yeah, his torso is pretty darn limited. For the hips, they go out to the side. The diaper is getting in the way too much, but they can technically do full-on splits, but because the diaper that's in the pouch, that's all you're going to get. Going forward and back, it's pretty limited going forward. The diaper definitely holds the leg in place. And going back, it's not that far because of the butt gets in the way. And his cake rating is going to be a 1. He's got almost no cake. Virtually no cake. I mean, if it wasn't for it being a separate piece, so it sticks out a little bit, there would be no cake. Alright, double jointed knee, a little bit loose, but decent range. That's fine. No boot swivel, but you do get your ball hinge ankle. It's a little bit better ratcheted than normal, but only because you get a few more positions, but it's still super annoying to get this guy to stand, so that sucks. It's not loose, it's just the ratchets are so limiting in the way you can pose them. So good range, obviously ankle rocker, that's all fine, but it's definitely limiting. And then the toe joint, it's one of their better ones, but it's still not enough to hold any weight, so it's whatever. Articulation on this guy is very average. Not average like from 0 to 10, average of the figures I review in this line, so I'll give it a 7. It's okay, it'll be posable. If you trim away some diaper over here, you'll be able to pose the legs a little more. But it's fine. It's nothing like crazy. It's not going to blow you away. If you're a big Grifter fan, go ahead and get him. You'll be fine with it. If you just like the character design, go ahead and get him. You'll be fine with it. If you're super into paint jobs and functional articulation, you might want to hold off. So I'm going to give this guy a final rating of 8 out of 10. The sculpt work goes a long way for me. It's really nicely proportioned overall. Good sculpt work. Definitely would like to see more paint, better accessories, and better articulation though. But it does look pretty good on the shelf overall. And if you are inclined to paint it, then you can make it look really, really, really nice. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, you can give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, I definitely recommend it. Not because it's helpful to me, but because it's helpful to you. Because I have new reviews every day but Wednesday. Every day but Wednesday. That's a lot of days. It's 6 out of the 7 days in the week. And for all the days I don't have videos, which is only 1 day a week, by the way, I have over 4,000 reviews already on the channel, so plenty of stuff to watch. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.